Okay, so these are the redrawings for C. So all you've done at the start of C is you've lifted your RL and your 8 ohm, you've picked them up and you've reversed them because they're both connected to that same junction there, so you can do that. Then on one side of the page, I've redrawn what you would do for your V Thevenin. So your V Thevenin is going to be across that 8 ohms at the end. And for your R Thevenin, where you're pretending, if you like, your supply's on this side, you've shorted out your actual supply and you're working out what the resistance is looking in this way. So if you take that R Thevenin on and you redraw the way it should be to make it easy to understand, then you keep your supply down here and we'll follow it round. So your 8 ohms is here, then you have a junction. Then down one side, you have your 6 ohms. Down the other side, you have 10 ohms, then 8 ohms. Then the two of these hit junctions, which are really in the same place, because there's nothing in between them. Combine those junctions together. That's your equivalent circuit. Moving on again from that. That might be my answer, might be wrong. So your next equivalent circuit would be like that. And then going on from that, that'd be 8 ohms, 6 ohms, 10 and 8 in series, that gets you 18 ohms. And that would then take you on to another equivalent circuit. Oops. Which would have an RP down there. So this is really the first thing you want to work out, is the value of this RP. So it's an 18 ohm resistor in parallel with a 6. Giving you 4.5 ohms. 18 ohms in parallel with a 6. Yeah. Okay. So your source voltage in this one, 8 volts. So my voltage across my parallel part, I'm going to divide that 8 volts. So it's 8 volts times 4.5 over the 4.5 plus 8. That's getting me 2.88 volts. And then I'm going to divide that 2.88 volts, because it's the same as the voltage here. Same as the voltage here. Across here, because I only really want this voltage here, which is my V Thevenin, or my VAB. So I'm going to divide my V parallel across my 8 and my 10 and my 8 together. So I'm getting 1.28 volts. Anyone agreeing or disagreeing? Okay, so this was how we'd got our V Thevenin. So you go back to this diagram here to look at how to get your R Thevenin, and we'll look at how you do your redrawings for that.
I got 4.44 the first time, but I was doing it that way instead of that way. So it's my easy to put the supply on the other side. That's where I got it wrong.
See, that's like 10 or something. The zero answer like 10.
It is 10 times 8, is it not? No. That's what I thought as well. Is it 10 times 6 then? It's 8 times 6. Oh, because you flipped it? Yeah. Oh, I didn't flip it. I just you looked at it. Right.
So when you redraw your circuit, going from this R Thevenin to this R Thevenin, that should kind of be your drawing there.
Yeah.
And then you're going to take, if you work it in from this side, no, you will get a different answer and it won't be right. You've got to work it as if your supply is over in this side. That's the technique. So your supply has to be on this side, and then you're going to a circuit like this. Then you would take this part out and do an equivalent for that first. So everything else stays the same. You'll have some kind of value for RP in there. That's your next equivalent circuit. And then from that, you'd go to that. And then your final stage from that, would be like that. So working out your RP, just do your 1 over 8 and 1 over 6.
I worked out RP for that, and then worked out RS. I did the label. Said RS for that, series deal.
3.429. Then add these two together to get this one. So these two added together give you that. These two added together give you that. Then these two in parallel will give you that. And that should get you 5.013 ohms. So to finish off now, you just do your Thevenin equivalent circuit. So look. Okay, so you've got your V Thevenin for that circuit was 1.28. The R Thevenin 3, and your load resistor, which we took off at the start, was that 10 ohms. So that's what you need for your Thevenin equivalent circuit. And there it is there. So from that you can get the current.
No, that's the one above it.
For CRL is 10, I'm sure. It's this one here we're doing.
Yeah, see?
So the current works out to be 0.085 amps, or 85 milliamps. And that's your IL. So your VL is going to be that times 10. 0.853 volts. should be that.